I don't think The Astronaut's Wife gave off the vibes that I was expecting. I don't think it had the tones that I was expecting, but it's still amazing. Now, weirdly, this film only has 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb and a Metascore of 37. Honestly, I really, really enjoyed this film. I'm not saying it's a 10 out of 10, but definitely deserves more than that. It was released in 1999, directed and written by Ravich, and the description from IMDb is quite vague, but I like that because I don't want to spoil too much. So the description reads as follows. After an explosion in space and subsequent 2-minute radio out period, 2 astronauts return home to their wives. Slightly, it's revealed that they're not the same as they were. That word slightly sounds really jarring. Basically, they're not as expected. Between that 2-minute silence, it seems like something happened. And as the film develops, we obviously slowly begin to work out different things, and their attitudes, their behaviours are not as one would expect, and that becomes increasingly more apparent and more abundant as the film progresses. And there are certain things in this that I really want to discuss, but I can't because it's spoilery. But I'll just say that I think it's got a really great development. The pacing is brilliant. It reveals new information at a really great rate. It is not predictable, which means you're on the edge of your seat for the whole thing. It's not scary. It is a sci-fi thriller, but it's not really scary. It's more just intense. Very intense. It is an 18. I would have said it would have been a 15 if I were to rate it. It's not so severe, but it is very good. Charlize Theron and Johnny Depp play Jillian, Armacost and Commander Spencer respectively, and I think it would have been because of Johnny Depp why I watched this originally in the first place. And their performances are great. It's quite a claustrophobic feel to it as we spend a lot of time in one place. But it works really well, and when you think that it's focusing on an astronaut, that's kind of understandable and to be expected. So I think that aspect of it works really well. The characters have a really interesting journey. I like their development. As I said, along with the narrative, the pacing of their development is very good. There isn't anything about this film I didn't like. As I said, it may not be the most incredible film I've ever seen, but for me personally, I genuinely liked it, and I just don't understand the lower rating, which is a massive shame. But I enjoyed it. If you think you might enjoy it, if you like sci-fi, if you like thrillers, if you like Johnny Depp, The Astronaut's Wife is one that I completely recommend.